What's up everybody, it's your boy Legendary Agwang, and today we're going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now it's a single player, semi-open world, kid-friendly game that is adapting all of Dragon Ball Z's storyline in a way that no game has ever done before. Stay tuned. Developed by CyberConnect 2, this game had quite the anticipation around to see what they could do. Well, with Naruto Storm series being the golden child of this development team, the fans of Dragon Ball could only hope that this 2020 project delivered. So without further ado, let's jump right into the review. As a standalone single-player featured game, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has a lot to prove. Well, with it being the age of multiplayer and make your own hero generation, this game leads an incredibly detailed pathway to the end. You aren't just repeating the same story you've played a million times. You experience the trials leading up to the main events with awesome battles that force you to think fast and react. Now I don't know about you, but I was always a fan of the sordid kid Gohan left alone to take out the dinosaurs and survive to become stronger for the Saiyans. Those moments were appreciated by fans like me. You'll find yourself lost in the experience for hours and notice you aren't even a quarter of the way there. And that, my friend, is a good thing. But I do, however, have to bring the bad along with the good. There were moments that made me feel really disappointed. Trunks in Dragon Ball Z was an icon, and two moments made him remembered in the books forever. His arrival to Earth as a mysterious second Super Saiyan from the future who turned out to be Vegeta's son, and the moment he surpassed all limits and transformed to the mega kick-ass ascended Super Saiyan versus Cell. What the fuck happened? That moment was erased from the game and passed over like a piece of cheap filler. All that build-up thinking, here it comes, it's about to happen, and nothing. But it doesn't stop there. CC2 are known for their visually impressive work on the Naruto Storm series, so when you go from this to this, it's another what the fuck happened. I don't know the restrictions that comes with developing a game like this, but consistency in 2020 shouldn't be this much of a problem. I've never been a fan of pre-rendered cinematics, but if you are going to show us a video, make sure the quality doesn't look like a 720p Game Boy video. Okay, I'm being dramatic, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't look good. Anyways, let's move on to the cannon fodder mobs you run into. Now this is interesting at first, but when you just want to grab your goddamn Dragon Balls and bounce, the battle incursions of these guys can be really annoying. I'm getting Pokemon flashbacks now. On another note, flying around for the first time felt really alien, and I really despised how there was no controller remapping options, but eventually, like with all things, you get used to it. The character models in this game do feel really cheap, and I did feel they could have done better with some of these iterations and goofy facial animations. That being said, I must give credit to the things that are well animated, like flying through the sky as Goku or having the actual clothing waver in response to the movements and power-ups. That was a breath of fresh air from this. One of the biggest turnoffs is the fact that you can only play as a few of the cool characters while subjugating the side characters to being only support. Not to mention there's no option to switch out outfits for others that you may want to play in. They do, however, have an upcoming free patch that allows you to go back in time and revisit some of those moments, so we'll see how that turns out. So, what did I actually like about this game? Despite some of the cutscenes being pre-rendered badly, there are plenty of moments that blew me away with excitement. You really get reminded that, hey, these guys did this. So overall, it was a good visual experience. Throughout the story, you meet all sorts of characters from the past and see what they were doing during that time in history. I mean, how cool is it to see the original announcer parked on the side of the road near the Cell games? Apparently he's learned to keep a safe distance from the fights involving Goku. But you'll go through numerous moments like this as these Easter eggs are planted all through the game. For instance, You can gather the Dragon Balls and wish for the return of villains that were previously defeated and get some pretty fun dialogues from their reactions. With so many huge locations to explore, endgame doesn't feel so pointless and boring as there's so much to be done. While stories are fun and adventurous, the battles weren't left undesirable either. At first glance, you might think this is a very simple fighting mechanic that might get old fast. Well, after numerous hours of playing, I have often found myself learning something new and useful. In the beginning, you'll immediately notice your ability to slow down time and have your scene in the Matrix. And then later on, notice things like how well the support system is. You can transform into a Super Saiyan, and that will cue your squad to turn up the heat. They follow your lead, and if you go all out, so will they. It's by far one of the most impressive fighting experiences in this game. Fighting big-time bosses force you to really think outside the box and calculate your attack and defensive maneuvers. When it's time to go all out for the final attack, you go into the surge mode that multiplies your fighting capabilities to legendary proportions. You feel like you've just achieved the Avatar state, and you just completely dominate your opponent with the nostalgic planet-busting attacks. This game isn't at all perfect, but it's a game that they've clearly put a lot of effort into, and true Dragon Ball fans love it. So, what do I rate this game? What do I rate a game with these pros and cons that I've talked about? I think for me, I want to give this one personally a 7.8 out of 10. I really enjoy this game, but I do notice the flaws. It's not a perfect game. I also want to know what you guys rated. How well have you been enjoying the game? Because I still enjoy the game and I'm still playing it. I got a long way to go and I'm still really excited for the DLC content. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed this review, if you want to see more, you want to know more of my opinion, please feel free to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and comment your thoughts. What do you think of Dragon Ball Kakarot? Anyways, this has been your boy Legendary Agwang, and I'm out. Peace.